So thank you everybody so much for being here today. And like every Thursday, we're gonna start with a little sharing from my side. And today I thought I'm just gonna talk about the healing and clearing work, what I'm doing here in this meditation, but mostly in the small group sessions and also in YouTube videos. So all the work I'm doing, there is healing and clearing a big part of that. And I just want to share what it exactly is, like what is being healed and cleared and how does it work. So first, the perspective of the absolute. Everything is perfect there. So this is a perspective, there is no healing needed from that place. So what is exactly being healed and cleared? And it's part of the human system. So there is no body that needs healing, if we are very correctly. It's really part of the human system, has energies in it, and they are influencing life experience and also the awakening process. And these energies are being healed and cleared, so basically neutralized or removed or balanced. And before we incarnate into this life experience, we decided, so depending on the level of consciousness of the soul, let's say younger souls or souls that have a, let's say, lower level of consciousness, they have not so much decision space yet. But if the soul has already a high level of consciousness, had many life experiences, then it has more decision space. So it can basically decide more about where to incarnate, what it wants to experience, what learnings he wants to have, and so forth. So basically, this is what's happening before we incarnate. And then we incarnate in this life experience with a certain amount of energy patterns or karma. We can also call it karma. And then, so we need a certain amount of karma to be here, because if there would be no karma, then we just wouldn't incarnate in this reality. And then throughout our lifetime, so from a young age on, we start accumulating karma or energies in our system. I just call them stuck energies. So let's say from my age, depending, everybody's a bit different, but let's say 2, 3, 4 years old, energies are getting stuck. So before, when we have an experience, the whole system moves through this experience in the present moment. And then when the experience is over, the energies are fully dissolved. Like the emotions, for example, they're fully dissolved. They leave the system, so they're gone. They don't leave a trace. But then after a certain amount of time, when we learn to behave, to not show emotions, we like circumstances, for example, we're more around adults, so we have to be quiet, or we go to kindergarten, school, so we just can't fully express what we would like to express in the present moment, then we start holding this back. And this is the energies then, they get stuck in the system, and this just happens over and over again throughout our lifetime. So also depending on our age, we accumulate quite a bit. So first we come in with a certain amount of karma, and then we basically accumulate it throughout our lifetime. And mostly we accumulate because this is just how this human system worked up until now and how the survival mode works. We accumulate low vibrational energies and not so much high vibrational energies. Yeah, and then this influences, of course, the life experience. So all the energy patterns that are in place, that are just playing out, energies that are being triggered up, emotions. So we're in a present moment experience, let's say when we at a certain adult age, 30, 40, 50, and then we're in an experience, and it kind of reminds us on an experience when we were younger, subconsciously, and then this emotion is being triggered up from that time. So when that energy got stuck back then, when we, let's say, were younger, just with a different story. So same energy, different story, and then it starts playing out. And this happens over and over again, multiple times a day. So there are a lot of influences in this life experience. So energies that are getting stuck, then things we learn from the parents, for example, energies we inherit from the parents, like ancestral influences. So I see ancestral influences coming from parents, grandparents. So in the ancestral line we are born into, so they influence, then society influences, and they're just a lot of different influences, right? And they are there, and they take us away from just being in the present moment, who we really are beyond all these accumulated energies. Then there are other influences as well. So beside the ancestral influences, so the influences or the energies that get stuck at a very young age. So we also call it childhood trauma, or when people work on it like inner child work. So this would be that energy. And then also past life influences. So how I see this is we had a lot of past lives, hundreds, probably many hundreds. And some are influencing this life experience, not all, of course, just some. And what I exactly see is energies that haven't been processed in these past life experiences, so karma that hasn't been processed. And if we have a similar karma in this life experience or similar energies stuck in this life experience, this can influence. So we're receptive. And when we heal and clear past life influences, then there is no influence. And also that what gets triggered up in the present life experience can also be healed and cleared. And we talked about this yesterday, and it's very interesting and important. So there, because there is only the present moment, right? So when the healing and clearing is done energetically, even though I work on past life clearing or in a child trauma clearing, it always happens in the present moment because the information is here in the system right now. So it's not really that, I go back to that age when you were, let's say 2-3 years old when energy got stuck, or I don't know, the life experience that happened 3,000-4,000 years ago. Although when I look into this life experience, just that we get an understanding, okay, where is this energy coming from? How did this energy manifest itself? Then we do that, right? We look into that past life, but it's really about the information is present in the system. And this is why the system is contracted, is lower vibrational, or this is why this energy holds the vibration lower. That would be the better way to say. So when I heal it and clear it out of the system, the consequence, the positive consequence or the outcome of that is the energy field opens up more, it gets more expanded, and the vibration rises in the present moment. So there's always a direct influence when these things are being healed and cleared. And how do I do the healing and clearing exactly? So, many of you have probably done the group sessions and have experienced it here as well. So either I do it actively, I use my hands for that. Then I use the chakras. This is just where the energies show me that the low vibration energies are stuck. So from the root chakra to the crown chakra, every chakra has like their specific energies. And I always work on the core level, right? So I work, for example, on the energy of fear and anger, resistance, and so forth. And there is like layers on top. So higher vibrational, low vibrational energies. So for example, worry is like a higher vibration and a low vibration energy of fear, for example, just to get an understanding. The stories are different. So it doesn't really matter how this energy got stuck or why it's there. It's really that it's there. And this is why it works to work with a whole group of people. I know everybody has different stories, different layers, but the root is the same. So either I do it, and when I clear it, it's basically I just remove the energy out of the system and give it back to where it comes from. Or when high vibrational energies are coming into the system, they always also do healings and clearings. And I see it, so parts of the human system that need a certain energy, let's say love or compassion or joy or, something like that. The energies in the system that need these energies, so the energy that's deficient of that is being met, and then it's neutralized, and then it's also gone. So this is mostly how it's done. And also the energies are working in the background all the time where I see it's happening, but like I don't really need to do anything for it, or it's also happening. So this is happening in all of the sessions, in all the meditations with next elevations. This is always happening, the healing and clearing. So this is, I think, all. And then most importantly, I clear all the energies out of the system right now because they're here in the present moment. And then the outcome of that is the less energies are there the more we can access the true nature, which is shining forward because it's always there anyways. Characteristics of that are the silence, the clarity, the stillness, the openness. Talk about it a lot. And this can just come forward more and more then. So the less there is piled up human stuff, the more the true nature shines forward. And also as a positive outcome is, yeah, life experience gets a lot more enjoyable because the vibration rises. And we are more aligned with life. We're pulled towards our personal highest truth. And yeah, and we get the best possible life experience. And this is what we want. Yeah, okay, so this is the sharing about healing and clearing. If you have any more questions, we can talk about it after. So thank you. And yeah, so I would say let's start with the meditation. So for people who have never been here before, this will be recorded. I upload it later on the YouTube channel, and also the little chat or the little sharing I just did. It's also going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel next week. So you can re-listen. And yeah, and what you can do is just sit back, relax, meditate along. You don't need to do anything. The more you relax and just, be in the present moment, be with the energies, allow them to come in, allow them to work on your system. Just enjoy it. This is the best thing you can do, basically.